Greetings. We welcome you to this week's newsfeed of the week that was by Lamartnia Girls College. The national news for the week is as follows. India has joined the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence as a founding member to support responsible and human-centric development and the use of artificial intelligence for evolving a better understanding of challenges and opportunities around AI. Artificial intelligence-based February Eye thermal cameras have been set up at Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus and Lokmanya Tilak Terminus in Mumbai for the thermal screening system of passengers as the lockdown period ends. A renowned agricultural soil scientist from the Ohio State University, Dr. Ratan Lal, aged 76, has been declared the winner of the World Food Prize 2020.
You must balance the bank account very carefully, and always if you want your bank account to increase, the input must exceed the output. Solely the same way.
Asia's most populous slum, Dharavi, goes from being a COVID hotspot to reporting zero deaths. How? Availability of schools in the form of isolation facilities, screening, contact tracing, sanitization and testing all contributed towards curbing the spread of the disease. Over to Anushree for the special segment.
Our special segment for this week is the SinoIndian Relations. India's liberation from the British in 1947 laid to rest many contentious issues. However, disputes over the Indo-China boundaries continued after independence as they had never been clearly demarcated. In 1954, revisions in the map of India were directed by our first Prime Minister, Pandit Nehru, in accordance with his 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. In spite of this, small disparities were seen even then in Chinese maps, such as 120,000 square kilometers of Indian territory brushed off as an error at that time. Over the years, we have seen how China has disregarded the slogan of Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai. Starting from the Sino-India War in 1962 and 1967, the Samdarong-Chu standoff over Arunachal Pradesh in 1987, the Doklam standoff in 2017, and now the military standoffs in Galwan, Gogra and Pangong Tso. As India builds a strategic road on its own territory, the Galwan River Valley, China seems to feel threatened enough to interfere again and show no regard to the pact signed in 1993. Now, the latest development of brawls at the border involving the two armies, resulting in loss of life on either side, is further proof of lack of trust between the two nations. India has to be supremely vigilant at all times to protect its borders, economy, and good relations with South Asian countries. It is time for South Asian countries to rectify their priorities in wake of the coronavirus crisis at hand. Is militarization a relevant solution? And is it really the need of the hour? Coming up next is Nenvi with some international news.
The international news is as follows. Kathy Sullivan has become the first woman to ever experience traveling to both space and the ocean's floor after reaching the lowest known point in the ocean, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. She completed her spacewalk in 1984. India wins a seat in the Security Council elections as a non-permanent member for the 2021 and 22 term. India's permanent representative says that India's presence in the Security Council will help bring to the world its ethos of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam.
I'm obviously delighted that India has got into the Security Council with tremendous support, and I would like to express my gratitude to the member states of the United Nations for this ringing endorsement.
President Donald Trump authorized sanctions and additional visa restrictions against International Criminal Court officials. Under the new executive order, any individual who has got engaged with the ICC to investigate any United States personnel without the country's consent may be subject to sanctions.
It gives us no joy to punish them, but we cannot allow ICC officials and their families to come to the United States to shop and travel and otherwise enjoy American freedoms as these same officials seek to prosecute the defender of those very freedoms.
North Korea has blown up a joint liaison office for the talks between itself and South Korea.
I think that we are in for a potentially a wild ride in June as North Korea and the Kim family tries to show strength for internal and external audiences.
The destruction of this building, meant to facilitate dialogue, may mark a turning point in relations between the two countries. Over to Anushka for the Science and Technology segment.
It's time for us to take a glimpse at the world of science and technology. The Lonar Lake in Maharashtra's Buldhana district, which was formed after a meteoroid hit the earth around 50,000 years ago, has turned pink. A team of scientists from the Nagpur-based National Environmental Engineering Research Institute plans to visit the Lonar Lake to analyze why it has turned pink. Some experts have attributed it to the salinity and presence of algae in the water body. On 21st June, India witnessed its deepest annular solar eclipse of this century. The annular solar eclipse is different from a total solar eclipse considering it forms a fiery ring called the Ring of Fire. This eclipse is the first solar eclipse for the year 2020. Now we will have Ashwati with the environment news.
In the environment news this week, we will focus on the animal kingdom. Animal cruelty involves gratuitously inflicting harm, injuring or killing an animal. To prevent such incidents, India has one of the most comprehensive set of animal protection laws in the world. However, still, recently a 15-year-old pregnant elephant who had apparently strayed into a village near the Silent Valley National Park in Palakkad district was gruesomely killed. The surfacing of this news led to a national outrage. India presented wonderful news after having recorded a 29% increase in the population of Asiatic lions living in Gujarat's Gir forests in the past 5 years. Garnering empathy for animal life and conservation of nature is of utmost importance. For this reason, our school, Lamartiniere Girls College, helps in inculcating love and respect for nature through the PALS Club, which stands for Protectors of Animal Life and Surroundings. Our senior department teacher, Ms. Shubhani Arora, selflessly works towards rescuing, adopting, vaccinating and treating stray dogs from the consequences of human cruelty. Similarly, Paws and Claws, a student-run non-governmental organization, was founded by some of our class 12 students to take the initiative of improving the lives of stray dogs residing on the streets of Lucknow. Over to Navya for the word of the week.
This week's addition to our vocabulary is with the word necrocracy, meaning a government that still operates under the rules of a former dead leader. Origin from the word necro, which means death, and cracy, meaning power and rule. Sentence: the nation's veneration of Kim Il-sung is so extreme that many classify North Korea as the only necrocracy in the world because Kim Il-sung was named their eternal leader. He is still technically considered to hold primacy as head of state, despite the fact that he died in 1994. Now we come to the end of this week's episode. We'll be back next week with more knowledge and information. Till then, Stay safe, stay informed.